Michelle Shaman, CMG Home Loans, the Loan Diva, and I am here again with Cole Mizak from the Tahoe area. Hi, Cole.
Hi, Michelle. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So, we love picking your brain, and I know the market has shifted from our last conversation. So let's just dive right in. What has been going on with the Tahoe market in the last couple months, and what do you see over the next fall?
Yeah, so say from the last 4 months or so, things are definitely leveling out for us. Prices have come down a bit, but again, I think people need to remember that over the last 36 months, prices have appreciated 100%. So a
Yeah.
10 to 15% pullback is a very healthy market. But overall, we're seeing longer days on market now with mortgage interest rates being up from where they were 4 or 5 months
Yes.
ago. So longer days on market, things are just taking longer to sell. You definitely need to price your home appropriately for where we are now and not be stuck in that mindset of where prices were 4 or 5 months ago. But overall, I think it's a great time for buyers to buy. Sellers are becoming more negotiable, and it's, again, for a buyer, if you've been on the fence and waiting, it's a great time to buy. And I think you can definitely get a deal here before we reach the winter, where it's kind of our off season here in Tahoe. So I'd say if you're a buyer, keep your eye on the market, and there's deals to be had out there. So
Yeah. And you've always been one of the top in the listing agents as well. What would you tell someone who's thinking about selling right now?
yeah, so it's still a great time to sell. I mean, overall, I think that again, where prices were to where they are now, you've still seen a ton of appreciation. If you were a buyer in, say, 2019, 2020, kind of pre-COVID, if you got into the market then or prior to then, it's still,
Yeah.
an amazing time to be a seller. There's definitely still buyers out there, but again, I think it's appropriate to do the correct marketing. Kind of the days of just throwing a property on the MLS and you getting 4 offers are kind of behind us now. So it's really important to go with someone who does know marketing and who will market your home correctly. Because, like I said, longer days on market, kind of less buyers out there right now. But if your home's priced appropriately and marketed right, there shouldn't be any issue in getting it sold. So
Yeah. And we trust you. That's why I refer my friends to you.
oh, thank
So
you.
when it comes to buyers that are looking in like the Incline Village or on the California side, what are you seeing is a better opportunity, or are they both good opportunities right now, or what are you seeing out there? Because I know
Yeah,
you do both
so
states.
yes. So yeah, there's still good opportunities in both states. Incline, prices in Incline are always kind of the most expensive all the way around the lake, just because everyone wants to be in Nevada for primary residence tax reasons. But if it's not
Yeah.
a primary residence and you're not taking advantage of those taxes and you're just looking for a second home, I usually tell people, if you're open to the California communities, let's look over there. Your dollar goes further in, say, Carnelian Bay than it does in Incline. But there's still, opportunities everywhere. There's just a lot more homes on the California side than there are on the Nevada side. So yeah, opportunities in both. But like I said, prices overall, I mean, looking at Tahoe as a whole, have come down probably around 10 to 15% from where they were. So people are, again, doing more price reductions. Sellers are kind of more ready to negotiate than they were 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah, if you're a buyer, I mean, you have less competition and sellers are more willing to negotiate. So it's a great combination for a buyer.
So are you seeing, because I know it seems like the appraisals have still been coming in really strong.
Mhm.
So are you seeing sellers having a willing to be able to give concessions like, 1 or 2% back to help buy down the interest rate for the buyers? So they're getting, interest rates from 6 or 8 months ago?
Yes, yeah, sellers are a lot
Oh, good.
more willing to negotiate on that front too. So if a buyer, which I think you're a savvy buyer if you're looking for a rate buy down, but if you're a savvy
Yeah.
buyer, sellers are willing to negotiate on that side. So we've been seeing, I mean, even a lot of things that come up sold in the MLS sell for 8 to 10% under the asking price at that time. But I think it's a great option to keep the purchase price, a little bit more on maybe the higher side if you're looking at negotiating, and buy down your interest rate. And it makes so much more sense long term for you as a buyer.
Yeah. That's great advice. Well, thank you so much. Is there any other little words of wisdom you want to give us before we go?
Yeah, I'd say if you're a buyer, just keep your eye on the market, and if you're a seller, it's still a great time to sell. So I wouldn't be, scared away from what all of the news outlets talk about all the time. Here in Tahoe, we're such a unique market. It's a great time to be a buyer or a seller, and I think buyers and sellers are kind of coming together more so than they were 4 months ago and kind of meeting in the middle. So it's a great time to make a
That's
deal for
good. So
everyone
it's more of a
involved.
balanced market then, right?
Yes, more of a balanced market. So yeah, it's a great time to be a buyer and a great time to be a seller, and both sides have been happy lately. So that's good news for everybody.
That's good. So, hey, if someone's looking to sell their home up in the Tahoe area or even purchase, what's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, so my cell phone is 775-225-2549, and I'm always available, call or text. And my email address is cole@tahoe.com. So yeah, I'm always available, and I would love to help anyone. Like I said, we do the whole lake, so wherever you are, we can help you.
That's great. Thank you so much, Cole. And you have a great rest of your week.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you having me on.